Millions of people that believe one thing, and this Newsmax phenomenon that we're watching.
Well, that Newsmax phenomenon amounts to hundreds of thousands of people watching this program and others on our network every day. Our founder, Chris Ruddy, built this network on a quest to simply give people the truth. That alone, as I mentioned, has nearly everyone in the mainstream media attacking Chris Ruddy, along with this terrific network that I call home.
Newsmax has had it's founded by a conspiracy theorist.
Well, Chuck Todd is completely out of line. And I've gone back and I've done the research. Chris Ruddy is nothing of the sort. Chuck Todd, on the other hand, is a hypocrite because he's the one who continues to push this Russian collusion hoax. Please welcome to the program, Newsmax founder and CEO, Chris Ruddy. Chris, great to have you on.
Grant, great to be on. It's great
So, you know,
to
Chris,
be called a conspiracy theorist. I've never pushed any conspiracy that I know of. And it's funny because NBC, one of the reporters on that segment actually called me. I don't think she would have been calling me if she thought I was a wild conspiracy theorist. CNN has had me on dozens and dozens and dozens of times. It's only now that Newsmax TV is the fourth-rated cable news channel in America. We're reaching millions of people. When that happened, suddenly I became crazy. But I think, you know, our work speaks for itself. We stick to the facts. We want to get the facts out. And I'm a little astounded during this election recount that the press doesn't even want to talk about the facts of voting irregularities and some of the things that have gone on.
You know, Chris, Chuck Todd mentioned this Ron Brown story. I laid it out in the last segment. But you know what you did? I went back and read your article. You named your sources. They don't do that anymore in the media. You attributed everything to experts and pathologists. They don't do this stuff anymore, and yet they call you the conspiracy theorist and Chuck Todd. I'm telling you, I think just a few weeks ago he was still on the Russian collusion nonsense.
Look, think about this, Grant. They spent $50 million. The media forced the Mueller investigation to spend $50 million. There were 3 congressional investigations, an FBI probe, 500 witnesses. Not only did they not find anything, they found nothing. And the president was subjected to probably the worst sort of witch hunt that's ever gone on. And they still continue to suggest that somehow Chuck Todd's theory is that the Russians were behind the election of Donald Trump in 2016. It was funny because they said there were people that were saying that the Russians hacked the voting machines in 2016. They offered no evidence of it. But now they're saying that you could never hack a voting machine and we should accept the results. Newsmax's view on this is let's just look at the evidence. We keep asking the Trump campaign and his critics, what is your evidence? I think there's very clear support of the idea of widespread irregularities, especially with the mail-in ballots. And I think the president has a right to a recount. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory for him to ask for a recount.
You know, to me, that just sounds like common sense reporting. And it's what I know that we all try to do here on Newsmax. And I know they tried to deal the president a horrible blow on election night. Conservatives, though, by and large, had great victories across the country. They've been doing this, trying to destroy him, Chris, for a very long time. And I think they thought if they could do that to Trump, a network like Newsmax would just shrivel up and die. And instead, it got stronger. Now they're scared, Chris. And I think in many respects, they're scared of us and the message that's coming out from Newsmax.
I think this president has been the most successful president for 4 years in office, and we hope it's going to be 8. When we started this administration, Grant, ISIS was taking over the Middle East. He decimated them in a matter of months. You know, America was not even taken seriously anymore from the leading from behind thing that Obama did. All over the world, he reset the button on all these trade deals with China. The best economy since World War II, the lowest unemployment. Even this coronavirus, which, if you look at the numbers, he's actually handled it better than Europe. But the economy was coming back. You know, most of the exit polls showed across the country that when asked who's better handling the economy, Donald Trump won by a clear majority. That's like the #1 job you expect of a president. I think it's a reason why a lot of us are questioning the results in some of these very close states is that he got high marks for handling the economy. And for him to lose in a very close state where he won Florida so handily, it makes you wonder what was going on with those mail-in ballots.
You know, Chris, he got more votes than any sitting president in the history of the United States. And in about 45 seconds, if you can, what will it take for Newsmax to call the election for one candidate or another? What are you looking at here in a very simple fashion so the media is not confused?
Well, we're
anymore?
going by the state certifications. That's done after the recounts are called and the challenges. And if there's some really unusual legal challenge that we have to look at, we called Georgia for Joe Biden after the first recount on Friday. There's another recount going on. If they somehow reverse that, we'll review that. But we want to follow. We're not doing what Fox News did and the other major networks, which was do it based simply on projections. We have such a close race, less than 1%. I think you've got to give it to the challenger. You know, Al Gore did this in in the 2000 election, and he challenged it. Everyone in the press said, let's wait till the legal and recounts are done. They didn't push him to concede to Bush. So why can't we give the president that respect in a closely contested race and not have media organizations pick the winner?
Yeah. Well, that's what they want to do. They think they're better than the voters out there, and it's simply not the case. Chris Ruddy, hey, wear it as a badge of honor that they're coming after you and coming after all of us. That's how I'd look at it. Sir, it's great having you on the program. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Grant, great being on with you. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.